Judge's explanation of rights to defendants without an attorney. Now, Ms. Beatty, we're here in cause number 325-180, and your full name is Irene O'Shea Beatty, is that correct? Now, Ms. Beatty, the document that you have before you is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. Do you see that? And it reads, as a defendant in a criminal case, you have three options. Number one, you may hire an attorney. Do you see that? Do you understand that option? You have to speak up. She's taking a record. She's typing down everything that's being said. Okay. Number two, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that option? Number three, you may represent yourself. Do you understand that option? If you want an attorney to represent you and have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney and do not have enough money to hire one, you will need to fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. Number three, well, the third paragraph says, you may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Do you understand that? Be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and may request counsel from the court. At the bottom of this document, it reads, defendant's choice. Make initials next to only one choice. If your choice is, I want to reset this case to hire my own attorney, then you'll put your initials on the first line to the left. If you've already hired an attorney, then you place your initials on the second line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If your choice is, I want to apply for court-appointed counsel, then you'll place your initials on the third line. If you've already been appointed a court-appointed counsel, then you'll place your initials on the fourth line and the name of the attorney on the fifth line, on the line to the right. If you want to represent yourself and you've already have a document that you stated that, then you put it on the fifth line to the left. Now, once you finish signing one of those initially one of those 5 lines, you will sign on the line that says defendant, and you will sign it today's date, June 25th of 2021. Today is the 25th of June. Well, you have to apply for one. So he's going to give you a financial questionnaire to fill out. Once you fill out that financial questionnaire, we're going to bring you back up to see if you meet the eligibility requirements to have an appointment of a court-appointed attorney. Okay, just have a seat in the gallery, and we'll call you back up. We have any questions? Go ahead.
Holmes' client is out there in the gallery now. Richard, the second one on the list.
Richard? Okay. Okay. No, he just told me that Richard was in the gallery. Okay, let's see. Dennis Howyer. For the record, your name is Dennis Harold Howyer?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Howyer?
All right.
That's good. Mr. Howyer, I see here that on the docket sheet, your case was reset to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney.
Yes, sir.
Have you hired your attorney?
I've been getting in touch with White Pimble, but he only in the office on Fridays, but I gotta go meet him today.
Oh, so you have an appointment with him today?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can call, I can call and verify.
Okay, so what we'll do, we'll reset your case for 30 days
Yes, sir.
to give you time to talk to, and hire the attorney of your choosing. Mr. Hollier, would you please stand on the X, the 4X? And once your case is reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Jacoby Cotton. Now, for the record, your name is Jacoby Wayne Cotton.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr.
I'm
Cotton?
doing great, yes, sir.
I'm doing fine. Mr. Cotton, I see here that your case was reset for you to hire an attorney as well.
Yes.
Have you hired your
I have
attorney?
not yet. I've been calling, but I have not been able to get in touch with them.
Okay, now,
Because they said they had to call me back, but nobody comes back. The law office, I'm trying to get in touch with.
okay. Well, okay. Let me see, that was your first, well, this is your first reset regarding that. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna give you, now, how much time do you need to hire your attorney?
About a couple of weeks.
Okay, would 30 days be enough? It would be? Okay, we're gonna reset your case for 30 days, give you a chance to hire your attorney, okay? You can stand on the 4X and follow the instructions from our coordinator. Once you finish in this, with your case, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Okay, ready?
Okay, so you want to look at the AD that was on the case. We're gonna supplement it.
Okay. Which prosecutor is on, what's the name of the case?
Um,
Campbell. Yeah, she said you had to sign something. You didn't put your name on the sheet or something. Eric Richard.
That's your next one. Thank you.
Now, your full name is Eric Dwayne Richard or Richard?
Sure.
Richard. How you doing, Mr. Richard? You doing good? That's good. Now, Mr. Richard, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Bruce Cobb. Mr. Cobb, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Okay, Mr. Cobb, you have an announcement that you'd like to make in Mr. Richard's case?
Yes, Your Honor, there'll be a plea, and we'll try to work it today. So
Oh,
that
oh,
way-
well, I'll hold on it.
Okay,
Just have a seat.
I don't have an offer yet, but I'm gonna.
Okay, well, just have a seat and we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Yes. On the record in cause number 327720. The case is style of State of Texas versus Aaron Scott Campbell. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Campbell?
Doing all right.
That, I'm doing fine. Thanks, for asking. Mr. Campbell, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Campbell, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Campbell, you may put your hand down. Mr. Campbell, I have before me an information that alleges that on or about July 13 of 2020, while you in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Second, the information further alleges that prior to the commission of this offense, that you were convicted on October 9 of 2019 in the County Court at Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, in cause number 320958 for the offense of driving while intoxicated, and that conviction became final prior to the commission of this offense. Is that true or not true?
Yes.
Is true? Is it true or not true?
True.
True, okay. Now, to the charge of driving while intoxicated, second, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Now, Mr. Campbell, I have before me a document that is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishment. Initially, you had the Class A box check. There's a box down here that I checked was DWI second. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Campbell, are these your initials on the line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest?
Yes.
On the third page of the same document, Mr. Campbell, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, which is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are 2 boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that? We have a discovery certification. Mr. Campbell, I have another document before me that is titled the discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the second line above the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Campbell, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1, which is the misdemeanor plea admonishment. You'd like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and also like to offer State's Exhibit 2, the probable cause affidavit.
Any objections?
No objection.
No objection. State's Exhibits number 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Parker, you advised and counseled Mr. Campbell. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None.
Mr. Campbell, your attorney, Mr. Parker, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
It's for 180 days, probated over 2 years, a $1,000 fine, 100 hours community service, the DWI repeat offenders course, drug and alcohol assessment, an interlock device, and 72 hours county jail.
72 hours is agreed to start on July 2nd, which is next Friday, Judge, so you can get his appearance order.
Mr. Campbell, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, this 180 days will be probated for 2 years. So you'll be on probation for 2 years. During the 2 years probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $1,000 plus court costs of $467, which comes to a total of fine and court costs of $1,467. You'll be required to pay $60 each month in probation fees, $15 each month urinalysis fee. You'll be required to pay the Jefferson County DWI education class an initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay $50. Your total monthly installments that you would have to pay is $140 per month. Mr. Campbell, would you be able to pay the $140 each month?
Yes, sir.
You will be required to perform 100 hours of community service, attend and complete a DWI education class. I thought it was the DWI repeat. Oh, it must be the DWI intervention. Is that the repeat class?
I believe that's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And you would have a drug and alcohol assessment, attend the DWI intervention class, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. You will have to serve 72 hours in the Jefferson County Jail, and that jail time is to begin on July 2nd of 2021, and it's usually at or before 6 p.m. Okay? Now, Mr. Campbell, you would also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. Mr. Campbell, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Campbell, I will follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Campbell, you're going to stand on the X next to your attorney. You're going to follow the instructions of our court clerk. And once you finish following those instructions, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. And I thank Mr. Alan Parker. This is your last case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Can I get your right thumb first on that blue light, please? Remove it and place it back down. Just gently place your thumb there. And Mr. Campbell, can I get your signature on that signature pad? You won't be able to see it, but I will. Mr. Parker, can I get your signature? Thank you.
Immediately after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.